Right, so let's check out the commanders. There are 21 commanders by my last count, and we'll go over them really quick. They're each 5,000 doubloons or $20. Azure Lane, New Jersey is an American battleship commander. Freedom through firepower is the main trait here, base trait. And this is a big time trait where the main battery shells that travel farther than 10 kilometers will deal some extra damage, and the unique skill here is Don't You Just Love It, which will deal more damage with citadel strikes and improves the main battery dispersion. And a lot of people really like this commander because of those two skills. Next one is Littorio, and this is the, at one time it was the only accuracy build commander for the Italians, and the base trait is Rosa Bombardamento, and the battleship's time to repair, fire extinguishing, and recover from flooding is improved. And it is a basic accuracy build commander for the Italians. Trait here, which I didn't use, is Sardigian Discipline, which improves the flood damage to your battleship as well as incoming splash damage. I went with Reaching Out XXL instead, so I was just really using Littorio for a while as the only accuracy build commander for the Italians. All right, and here we have Azuma. And yeah, I don't have this commander, don't really have any intention of buying the commander. Maximum speed is improved, and this is a basic accuracy build commander for Japanese cruisers. Not really sure that this would really be worth going out and spending $20 on for myself. And here, this is kind of the big one, is a special unique skill. Improves a cruiser's main gun, armor-piercing shell damage, and penetration multiplier. But at the same time, your cruiser's main battery shell grouping is worsened by 5%, and that is not exactly appealing to me. And then Shoukaku, this is the Japanese aircraft carrier commander. Again, I don't own this commander. Aircraft carriers, maximum speed, I don't really care about that. And let's see, the unique skill might be Dark Silhouette. Aircraft carrier detectability, not enough for me to spend $20 on. So yeah, there's Shoukaku. Yukikaze, Japanese destroyer commander. Do not have this one either. Your destroyer's average AA damage per second is the base trait. And this would be the unique skill, Evasive Hunter, your ship detectability range after firing main battery guns inside a smoke screen and the incoming fire dispersion. I don't really know of any Japanese destroyers that have superior gunboat capabilities. So, yeah, I haven't bought this. Don't think I will. Then Avrora. I do have this commander, as you can see, but I haven't used it at all. The base trait is Flexible Threat, and you basically switch the main guns. If they're fully loaded, you get this acceleration here. It's improved by 7% at the current ranking, and go all the way up to 20% if you max out at, I think it's Legendary 1 rank 11 is what will do that. And let me see, the unique skill here is cruiser's main battery AP shell damage, and HE shell damage is improved, but it is at the cost of the shell grouping of the main battery, and that is not really all that appealing. So there's nothing here that really convinced me to rank up any higher than rank 7 actually. So all right, that's it for Aurora. Then we have a Montpelier, which is an American cruiser commander, I believe. Don't have the commander, have no intention of purchasing the commander. Base trait is improving your AA gun's firing range. Don't really need that. Beyond range, igniter, punch through. And so this is the accuracy commander for the American cruisers. Unique skill looks to be all-out assault. Cruiser main battery shell grouping is improved, as is the incoming fire dispersion, but the incoming damage for cruisers is worsened by 5%, and that for some reason was not all that appealing to me. And that's Montpelier. Here's Fusou, Japanese battleship commander. Cover fire is the base trait. Chances of a battleship HE shells causing a fire. And it looks like Battle Spirit is a unique skill. Maximum HP is improved, and incoming damage to your battleship is improved as well. And yeah, don't have the commander, don't really plan on getting the commander, but that's what that commander does. And then Belfast here is a British cruiser commander. Base trait is Out of Nowhere, which improves your ship detectability range after firing main battery guns inside the smoke screen, and that could be kind of useful. So I can go up to 20% if that's maxed out, and that would be kind of interesting, but that would be rank 16 legendary 4. But this looks like a basic accuracy commander, cruiser commander for the British. Light Fortress looks like the unique skill, and it improves the incoming damage for your cruiser. Cruisers are so lightweight that I don't really notice that these types of skills really do anything to help out your cruiser, but that's what that commander does. And here is Hood. It's a British battleship commander. I don't have the commander, probably won't get the commander. Base trait improves the torpedo damage to your ship. That could come in handy if you're getting torped. Flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship. So this is kind of unique. So this is kind of an accuracy build for the British battleships. Unique skill is Royal Navy's Glory. Damage control party cooldown time is improved, as is the maximum battleship speed. All right, that's what that commander does. Nelson is another British battleship commander. Base trait is Like a Rock, which improves the incoming damage to your battleship. Brawler, so this is a secondary build commander, kind of a combination, no, flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits. Maybe this is a little bit like Hyde. Yeah, flammable cannoneer, brawler, gyrating drill bits, porcupine. The Big 7 looks like the unique skill. Battleship's main gun AP and HE shell damage is improved, but it worsens the armor penetration of your battleship shells. That's no good. So won't be using that, I don't think. But yeah, if you want a commander that combines accuracy and secondaries like Henry J. Hyde, this is a good option. And it doesn't have will to rebuild. All right. Chapayev. This paired up with the Azure Lane Chapayev cruiser was really quite potent. You see I've got this commander ranked up to 12, legendary 2. Base trait is Cavalier's Acumen, which increases the chances of incapacitating an enemy ship module. And yeah, this definitely can make a difference out there in a battle. The HE damage is overwhelming on Chapayev. From what I remember, I haven't played the ship in a couple months, but I had beyond range, full speed ahead, Velocious, and steer clear. Kind of a agile build I had going there. Cavalier of Ether is a unique skill. Cruiser's main battery HE shell damage is improved by 10%, but the chances of the HE shells causing a fire is 50%, and that was counterintuitive for me. I didn't like that, so I didn't select that. I went with a little bit more of an agile situation there. But yeah, Chapayev is it's pretty good if you're looking to help out your cruisers. And here's a commander I haven't used at all. Battle Rage is the base trait, which deals extra armor-piercing damage. And as far as these skills go, it looks like it's a combination of agile build and accuracy build. And a unique skill looks to be Goddess of the Sea. Damage against cruisers is improved, as is damage against destroyers. But if you're going up against a battleship, your damage is worsened. Your damage output apparently is worsened against battleships. So keep that in mind if you get this commander. And here is St. Louis. Haven't used this commander at all. Might of the Iris Library. Cooldown time for all consumables and the main battery reload time is improved. And this looks like a cruiser commander. Burn down XXL, beyond range. Igniter, full speed ahead. So this is combining agile and accuracy. Go all out, that's kind of a very important skill. A lot of people used to use go all out quite a bit on their destroyer commanders. And then Bonjour is the unique skill, which will enhance the main battery reload booster duration by 10%, and it will add an extra main battery reload booster charge. So make sure any ship you use this commander on, and that skill has those main battery reload boosters. Otherwise, it would be a little bit of a waste. Yeah, French cruiser commander. I haven't used it, so there is that. All right. Roon, German cruiser commander. Fate Simulation is the base trait. Cruiser gun traverse speed is improved, and rudder shift time is improved. So this is a skill that is mirrored in other commanders. But yeah, this would help out as an agile build, because as you have a cruiser that is agile, and it's moving around quite a bit. If your main guns can't keep up with the traverse speed, can't keep up with the rudder shift time, and you lose lock on your opponent, that is no good. So you could have a rudder shift time that is so great that you can't keep your guns locked on anything, and that's no good. So this will help out a little bit. And burn down XXL, beyond range, igniter, expose before it's too late. Well-rounded armor looks like the unique skill here, and your ship receives less damage while the sonar is active. Okay, for whatever reason, I haven't used this commander at all. And Admiral Hipper, fire damage to your ship is improved. And yeah, cruiser commander here. Genius, which can kind of help out a little bit. Beyond range, igniter. Unique skill is vice defense. Incoming damage to your cruiser is improved, but the damage control party cooldown time is worsened by 25%. And yeah, don't have the commander. Not really planning to go out and get the commander. Dunkerque, French battleship commander. Base trait is Floodgate, which improves the flood damage to your ship. And Flammable Cannoneer, Gyrating Drill Bits. So this looks like another combination of accuracy and secondary builds for the French battleships. So again, kind of like Henry J. Hyde. And not a terrible commander get, but I already have commanders. I don't really have a need for a commander like this for my French battleships at the moment. I'm doing well enough with what I have, but yeah, the unique skill is Frontal Fire, which improves the shell type switching time if all the main battery guns are fully loaded, but at the same time you worsen your main gun shells and planes damage. So you want to keep that in mind. Scharnhorst, German battleship commander. Sniper is the main skill. Improves the main battery dispersion. This is a skill that a lot of people, I think, are looking for, because you always want to help out the main battery dispersion on your battleships. You hear a lot of people complain about that. What they complain about is how inaccurate the battleships are. So Here's Brawler. This looks more like a secondary build commander. And let me see, is there a... it doesn't really look like a unique skill here. Maybe on second thought, shell type switching if all the main guns are fully loaded and the main battery reload time are improved. So instead of getting a negative there on the second part of the skill, we previously seen shell type switching skills if the guns are fully loaded being improved, but it's at the cost of something. So here's that an improvement of something at the same time, and that's kind of a unique skill, I guess. But yeah, since the Scharnhorst has torpedoes, I guess that's how this would come in play right here. Okay, so battleship secondary build commander that improves the accuracy of your battleships with its base trait. Admiral Graf Spee. Pocket battleship is the base trait. Amount of HP recovered is improved, and burned down XXL, beyond range, igniter, punch through, which improves the cruiser's armor piercing shell penetration. So yeah, cruiser commander, as is the Graf Spee in general. And the unique skill is Ghost, which improves the cruiser detectability and air detectability range. And okay, so yeah, I don't have the commander. Not really going to be looking to get the commander, but that's what that commander does. Queen Elizabeth. I have the commander, but I haven't thought that this was good enough to rank it up at all. Queen's Orders is the base trait, which improves the battleship main battery reload time, armor piercing shell damage, and main battery shell grouping. All of that is improved a little bit. It's divided up by, if you add all those percentages together into one, that is what a single base trait skill would have. So here they take what's normally bundled into a single base trait skill and they divide it up by 3, and that's why those numbers are much lower than other base traits for individual skills. But it improves all 3 of those. And not the one for loot nuisance. This looks like a secondary build commander. Unique skill is Skywatch, which improves the spotter duration and the number of charges. So, all right, yeah. Let me know if you think I ought to rank this one up. I'm not sure what battleship I would use this on because I don't use the spotters. So, all right. And Baltimore is the last one here. And yeah, if you're looking for an agile build inspiration or agile build commander, this one is it. You can see I have this ranked up at rank 16, legendary 1. Adaptive tactics, which improves the rudder shift time by 5%. And if you max it out at legendary rank 4, that goes up to 6%. So that's a lot of resources for a 0.9 percentage improvement in the rudder shift time if this is all you're looking for is a improvement in the base trait. And yeah, I've selected burn down XXL and igniter to really try to burn down my opponents. And the unique skill is AP Solution Ammunition, which improves the cruiser's armor-piercing shell penetration multiplier and the cruiser's armor-piercing shell fuse time. And basically, I think this prevents over-penetration. But it does say here that the longer time leads to lower chances of a Citadel hit. And you would think offhanded that wouldn't be so great, but this is a pretty potent skill right here, and I do have it selected. But yeah, agile build commander right here. And this is one that I think a lot of people will get just for the base trait for an inspiration on a lot of their agile cruisers. And that's it for a rundown on the Azure Lane Commanders. As always, let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it. The Yeah, Azure Lane Atago's not here due to a licensing issue officially, and probably won't see any commander with that particular skill, Arsonist, anytime in the near future.